That's different. I haven't recorded in a while. Okay, it's a countdown. Wait, it counted down. Wait, I'm not even ready to record. What happened? Okay. Wow. Okay, that's okay. Bring it back in. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm MarcusT, and I'm so glad that you have found this space. So, welcome to Life and Poetry with MarcusT. If you guys see me looking down, it's because I'm using a different setup today, and I have my phone camera mirroring my MacBook. So I'm using the phone camera for the. It's okay. Don't that's neither here nor there. Today I wanted to come here today, guys. You know, as we've been going down the journey here with the diagnosis, with the poetry, with all these things here, but I wanted to pull back the layer a little bit more. Wait, I'm sorry that it really took me off guard. Yeah, the MacBook. I pushed record on the thing. It started counting down. I guess I was supposed to get ready. I wasn't prepared for it. It's all right. But anywho, I wanted to talk about something today in correlation with everything that's me. I guess everything that's Marcus. I bit my tongue. It's everything that's MarcusT. Um, and there's a lot that goes with that. And today I just wanted to talk about uh, finding the balance between the art and the person behind the art, i.e., the poetry, the spoken word, and Marcus. Um, it's so interesting because I get on here and it's just I I'm doing my best to be transparent and be vulnerable here, to share different things that's going on. But as I'm sitting here with myself, and it's becoming more relevant or more prevalent, I should say prevalent. It's becoming to the forefront that behind the scenes it's a whirlwind at times to even have the mental capacity to get on here to record a 20 minute video. I remember when I was first doing YouTube, I was doing 30, 40 minute videos, and I realized I was talking a lot, just spewing out a lot. But now, as I'm pulling back and being more intimate with these conversations, um, it's revealing a lot more about me. And the interesting part is that a lot of things I didn't know. I didn't realize what was happening. Marrying the I was marrying the art to portray Marcus, and Marcus to portray the art. I know that they go tandem because as the artist or the writer or the poet or whatever you want to label it as, it's me. But you have to. I'm learning for myself that you have to find that gap that separates you this from that. Uh, and it's interesting because as I was saying here, you guys see the final product. Um, I go over, and it's not like, and it's fun. I don't rehearse nothing. I get an idea, and I write it down my notes. But this is what I'm talking about today, and I write the idea down, and I don't break down nothing until at the end I do my when I write out the description of the video or whatever, because I like the authentic conversations. I don't like the polished stuff, because in the authenticity of the rawness, um, you see the real. Um, and I guess even as I write, you strip down the, the rhythm and the rhyme of the poetry. You'll see my fight. You'll see the strength that I have to maintain, I have to search for, I have to find constantly to keep moving forward. I always tell people that if you ever read a piece of my work, there's a piece of me in there somewhere. Whether it's a word choice I use, a phrase, a structure, or a metaphor, whatever it is, you'll see a glimpse of me. Excuse me. But it's interesting that um, as a creator or a content creator or a writer and all these things here, that I have to remember that Marcus is still a person set aside from all those things there, right? Because without Marcus, you don't have MarcusT the poet. You don't have MarcusT the content creator, MarcusT the YouTuber. Um, you need Marcus to get all those things there. Um, and it's just interesting. Like I said, we sit down and we get there. But even in those spaces there, I'm trying my best to be vulnerable here. It's getting hard as I'm doing this video here. I feel like every video I've done has been harder and harder to do. I got to get my mind right before I get started. And it's just a lot happening in here that I'm even talking right now. But as a artist or whatever, I often find myself being sometimes lost in the work. What I mean by that is I often use the work, the poetry, to hide anything and everything that I'm thinking, feeling, going through, whatever it is. Whether it's healthy or not, I don't know, but it's a hell of a coping mechanism to get through day to day sometimes. Like the last book I did, I was sitting in a space and I wrote that book in a week. I put it together in a week, 300 some pages. I just kept writing. And I know it sounds odd, right? But the book, it was a storyline from start to finish. So in my mind, was if I stop writing, I'm going to lose the essence of the story. In actuality, I kept writing because so much was happening in there. I was trying to mask the noise. And I started, creating these workspaces in my mind. And it's been chaotic, to say the least, to try to even maintain those workspaces mentally. But poetry has been a healing point for me because it allows me to get it out. Now, there is something I want to say to those who go through this year. Be careful to not get trapped in that space. All right. All the time, when we create from pain, we create from these memories that are good or bad. Sometimes we get stuck in those spaces there, and that's not good, right? I don't want us to be there. I don't want to be there. And I can only speak from experience. I find myself there a lot in those spaces, and it takes you back sometimes to things. So what I've been doing recently, I've been taking time to just protect my peace when I'm not recording, when I'm not writing. If you follow my blog, Ink and Emotions, let's say my blog, Ink and Emotions, I'm open there as I talk about, things that are happening that I'm dealing with. My blog is basically my journal. It's an open book journal, right? It's for the world to see. It's for the world to see. I did that because for so long I was holding so much stuff in. I know the journals, we have this notion that the privacy thing behind the journal with a lot on the book, with the key, whatever. That's cool. I used to write, in secrecy. And with that, so much stuff is still being held in. And all those things were there. And it was just like, okay, the writing is helping, but it's not helping in a way that's lifting the weight. So I'm like, well, let me make it public, let me not keep it to myself, let me tell somebody. And then I'll be like, well, not just tell somebody, let's tell everybody. So if you follow the blog, you'll get pieces of that there. And I said that to go to this point here. In the morning times, I get up and I take about 30 minutes in the bathroom, and I'll sit there and I'll just be, um, and that's just to breathe. It's to be in my space and meditate, um, and just don't think about nothing, no outside noise, no. I don't even get up and think about what I want to eat for breakfast until I get out of the bathroom. Um, because that's my space, just being, just breathing, just sitting there. And it's just so much to talk about that sometimes it's scary, but needs to be talked about. So all these things that happen there, and I realized that there was a boundary that was there that separated Marcus the poet between Marcus the man, but I was always crossing that boundary. Now I'm being more conscientious of saying, okay, look, when I'm not writing, I'm not writing. I'm present in time right here. I'm present with my wife. I'm present, with my family. I'm present with my home. I'm present with other things that's not just writing. 'Cause I love what I do. I love being a writer, but I don't want that to bring me down to a space because there's so much pain in it. There's so much emotion goes in there, and to hold that constantly every day is taxing as hell. And I don't want to be in that space. Being transparent, I love writing. I love being able to use my experiences, my pain, my victories, whatever it is in my work. But to be stuck in that space constantly, living those things, living the fight I had to walk through to get to the victory, reliving the turmoil of the pain. I don't know what this was. I don't know what that was, but all those things there, and it's just so much to sit with, and it's even to the point where even when I share my poetry or talk about what happened in 2016, I'm reminding myself that there's a real person behind the art who not only walked through those things, but is constantly living through those things today. And I want to make sure as I'm going forward that I'm not only writing and sharing my gift with people, but I'm honoring my gift. I'm protecting my peace. I'm protecting the person behind the art. I'm going through all these things to make sure that I'm standing, that I'm strong, and that I'm finding this balance, right? So I want to encourage you guys today, if you watch this video here, it's not going to be that long, but I'll wrap it up here. I want to encourage you guys today to, no matter what you're doing, work life, home life, extracurricular activity, whatever it is, make sure that you're finding that balance between it all. Find that balance between it all. Find that balance between the all. Whether a creator, an entrepreneur, a parent, a student, just a everyday regular smuggler Joe, right? Regular smuggler. Find your peace, find that balance, and allow yourself to breathe in it. Don't allow your art, don't allow your day, your woes, and all those things consume you. When you do, you miss out what's in front of you sometimes. And I don't want to do that for myself. I don't want you guys to do that either. I want you guys to be present in real time and experience life and the joy that comes with it. I'm not saying stop doing your art. I'm not saying stop building your business. I'm not saying stop taking care of your family. What I'm saying is make sure in the midst of all that, you're having that balance. That you're able to breathe. That you're able to have your peace and protect your peace. PROTECT. Protect your peace. Say it with me. Protect my peace. Yes, protect your peace, guys. Again, there's a lot that's going to come out in these videos. I don't know when, I don't know what, I don't know how. It's not going to come out. And I know that Today I'm strong, tomorrow may not be. Um, and that's okay. It's okay. It's power in understanding that today you may be strong, tomorrow you may not be. But it is okay. Keep doing you, keep growing, keep building, keep believing in yourself, keep believing in things, keep believing in the things, the people around you that are pouring into you. Right? If you have to, separate yourself from those who are taking from you. All right. Find those solutions. Find those solutions. Protect your inner peace, protect your inner circle. Guys, and just be you. On a good day, a rough day, a rainy day, a hot day, just be you. Just be you. Um, as always, we never say goodbye here. So what we'll say is, we'll see y'all next time. Yeah.